What's going on, guys? Today, my name is Michael, and today I'm going to be talking about an article I read, which was about the top 50 worst cities in America. I'm sure a lot of you people probably know what cities on that list, and all that, but you know, and of course, you could find it obvious that Flint and Detroit made the top 5, because those two cities have their share of struggles, which I'm not trying to shame those cities, but the reason why I'm talking about this article is because Kalamazoo made the list, but it made number 37, right in between Tallahassee, Florida, and Toledo, Ohio, which, I guess that number is not too bad once you think of it. But then, I read that Atlanta was like higher on the list, like 49. So I don't know. I'll have that link to the article in the description, or I'll pin it to my comments. But Kalamazoo made the list, and that had me thinking a lot, because Kalamazoo's not a bad city. It's not as bad as what people say it is. Yeah, you get a lot of people. We do have a lot of bad neighborhoods, and then, with us being halfway between Detroit and Chicago, of course we'll get people from those two cities coming into Kalamazoo and, starting shit, but I don't know. I'm not an expert on that kind of stuff, so I wouldn't, I don't know, I'm not gonna talk about it, but I just, still, Kalamazoo's not a bad city to live in. There's a lot of good people here. I know more good people here than I do bad people, but a lot of people that aren't from Kalamazoo, and they look at it in bad ways. They're like, oh, Kalamazoo has serious issues and da 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 da. In some cases I do agree, but most times I don't. But sorry, there's people walking by, probably thinking I'm crazy, but yeah, it's definitely not a bad place to live. It's not my favorite place to be, but it's definitely not a bad place. And with some of the other cities you have in Michigan, besides Detroit and Flint, I was surprised Benton Harbor or Muskegon Heights or Saginaw didn't make the list, but I'm not trying to shame those cities, but still, that's just my opinion, and not to mention, people from out of state, they consider Michigan the murder mitten, and then they think, oh, with Detroit and Flint being bad, I'd imagine a lot of other cities are bad. Most of the cities here in Michigan are actually pretty good. Kalamazoo's good, Grand Rapids, Ann Arbor, Lansing, Bay City, Traverse City, those cities are all good. I can list each and every city if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that. But still, I just, if you're gonna look at Kalamazoo as a bad place to live, whatever, that's your opinion, but I just don't think Kalamazoo's that bad. You know, it's, yeah. You know, I mean, there were like 4 cities from Ohio that made the list, and you know, like Cleveland, Detroit, or I'm sorry, Dayton, Youngstown, Toledo, which I'm surprised Youngstown was actually higher on the list than Toledo, but I don't know. I'm not from Toledo or Youngstown, so I can't judge, but you know, and with all that being said, I'm not trying to shame any of the other cities that made the list. I don't remember exactly what city or all the cities made the list. You know, I'll look through the article sometime tonight, and I'll pin the list of cities to my comments. But you know, I just thought I'd say, you know, Kalamazoo, yeah, we've had some pretty big tragedies here in Kalamazoo, you know, like the shooting spree back in February 2016, you know, from that gunman that killed 6 people at random and injured 2 more, and then, you know, that guy that plowed through bikers and, or not bikers, but bicyclists, and, you know, killed 5 and injured 4, I believe. I think that's what it was, you know. Even though Kalamazoo, Portage, and Grand Rapids have some of the strictest biking laws, you know, people just don't care about that. Because, I mean, people think just because they drive a car that they own the road, but I don't know. I'm getting off topic, but if you're gonna judge a city, you should at least go there and actually see for yourself before you make a judgment. Because, you know, Kalamazoo has a lot of decent jobs. You know, homeless rates have gone down, and not to mention, we get developing businesses every year. We got a new strip mall coming in on the west side of town. Well, not strip mall, but you know, like new restaurants, hospitality, stores, a lot of that. But, you know, I mean, yeah. But I'm sure a lot of other cities on the list, they have same things in common, but I just figured I'd make the list, you know, or I'd talk about the list and say why I think Kalamazoo's not a bad place. You know, sometimes you gotta look past the crime rates sometimes, because, you know, I mean, yeah, any city's gonna have crime, even if it were to be a small city like Mount Pleasant, Michigan, or if it were to be the biggest city like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, any city like that. You know, like I said, there's a lot of people from Detroit and Chicago that come into Kalamazoo to commit crimes, but I mean, I'm not going to talk too much into that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know I may have gone off subject many times, but I just figured I'd make a video and, you know, talk about Kalamazoo. Anyway, that's all. Oops.